Hi everyone. I'm going to read to you a short passage from Aleister Crowley's Confessions of Aleister Crowley, Chapter 6, Section 73, on how he killed his cat. So, as you may know, or most people know, so many people love Aleister Crowley. Rock stars, Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page bought his house, actually, and the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Michael Jackson. He advised people to do things backwards, speak backwards, walk backwards, do all these backward things. Even FDR, Franklin Roosevelt, admired his teachings in his book. And he may have had something to do with putting the eye on the pyramid on the dollar bill, although I couldn't find a date for that. Anyway, Aleister Crowley is just another example of people wanting to compete with God, access demons, and spiritual power from dark forces, which really do exist. And Aleister Crowley said something like, I don't know when, but at one point I went on Satan's side, and he didn't know exactly when it happened or why, but you know, he grew up in his parents were fundamentalist Christians, and he rebelled against that in a big way. So I find this passage shocking, and I also find it shocking that people want to defend Aleister Crowley. They want to be part of the Ordo Templi Orientis and Thelema, you know, follow all of this, because most of his acquaintances, his mistresses, they went insane, and he died a heroin addict, penniless. And he was prone to rages. He had an argument with his tutor that he went fishing with, and he threw his tutor's fishing rod in the water, in the lake. And they started fighting, and then he threw his tutor in the lake. And then his tutor tried to drown him and tip over the boat. You know, just not a really pleasant person. I mean, it doesn't seem to be that he was very kind and gentle and pleasant to be around. All right, here's the passage. Okay, so this is from excerpts from his book. And okay, particular. This is really close to the edge here, but I can't get it to move. Particular, I am uniformly kind to animals. No question of cruelty or sadism arises in the incident which I am about to narrate. Okay, you really have to ask yourself about this, what he says. I am uniformly kind to animals. No question of cruelty or sadism arises in the incident which I'm about to narrate. Is he joking? Oh my gosh. He's depraved. I had been told a cat has 9 lives. I'd been told a cat has nine lives. I deduced that it must be practically impossible to kill a cat. As usual, I became full of ambition to perform the feat. Observe that I took my information unquestioningly au pied de la lettre. just word just for word what it said. Okay, a cat has 9 lives, so they must have 9 lives. Perhaps through some analogy with the story of Hercules and the Hydra, I got it into my head that the 9 lives of the cat must be taken more or less simultaneously. I therefore caught a cat, and having administered a large dose of arsenic, I chloroformed it, hanged it above the gas jet, stabbed it, cut its throat, smashed its skull, and when it had been pretty thoroughly burnt, drowned it and threw it out of the window that the fall might remove the 9th life. In fact, the operation was successful. I had killed the cat. I remember that all the time I was genuinely sorry for the animal. I simply forced myself to carry out the experiment in the interest of pure science. So what do you think about this? The combination of innocence, ignorance, knowledge, ingenuity, high moral principle seems extraordinary. It's evident that the insanely immoral superstition in which I've been brought up as responsible for, so atrocious an absurdity. Again and again we shall see how the imposition of the anti-natural theory and principles of Christianity upon a peculiarly sane, matter-of-fact, reality-facing genius created a conflict whose solution was expressed on the material plane by some extravagant action. My mind is severely logical, or rather, it was so until mystic experience enabled it to shake off its fetters. Logic is responsible for most of the absurd and abominable deeds which have disgraced history. Given Christian premises, the Inquisition was acting in accordance with the highest humanitarian principles in destroying a man's body to save his soul. The followers of Descartes were right to torture animals, believing them to be automata. Genuine determinists would be justified in committing any crime, since the fact of its occurrence would prove that it was unavoidable. Huxley, in Evolution and Ethics, makes out a very poor case against infanticide and race suicide. We are constantly using our judgment to preserve one section of humanity as against another. We are in fact constantly compelled to do so. As for the future of humanity, the certainty of final extermination when the planet becomes uninhabitable makes all human endeavor a colossal fatuity. It is one of the principal themes of this book to show the above statement to be absurd by offering a theory of reality compatible with sanity. However, that comes later. Okay, well, I think he's just a bit insane. So, do you think any normal person would do this to an animal? He caught, okay, once again, I know it's hard, but this is what he did. And people are following him right now. And they've been deceived, and to think that it's kind of cool to be part of this group and to follow secret teachings that somehow make them feel like they're privy to special information, when really it's the dark side. So, okay, he caught a cat, gave it arsenic, hanged it, chloroformed it, gassed it, stabbed it, cut its throat, smashed its skull, burnt it, drowned it, and threw it out the window. Okay, so I'm not sure of the age, because I haven't read his entire book. I don't think I'm going to. I'm not sure of the age when he wrote this, but I think that people who follow him are going down the wrong path. And that includes the all the Masons, all the Luciferians, all the Rothschilds, the Vatican, all of them. They're all Antichrist and on the dark side. So get ready. Most people that aren't on the dark side are in the minority. And that's going to be hard when the majority is wants you to conform. But you can't. Okay, thanks for watching. God bless everyone. Let's see that cat. There he is. Beautiful. Okay? Be safe and God bless everyone. Bye for now.